Okay, graphing in the coordinate plane, page 320. When we talk about graphing in the coordinate plane, basically what that means is we're going to have different areas in which we're going to put points, okay? And each of these lines, this horizontal line, why do they call it a horizontal line? Okay, all the way to the front, Frank. All the way to the front. Feet underneath your desk, Frank. There you go, good. The horizon, right? And you see the sunrise or the sunset, flat. Vertically is up and down. This horizontal is known as your x-axis. The vertical is known as your y-axis. And on this, it works just like a regular number line. So when you're looking for a positive 2, it's right here, just like you would on a regular number line. Now vertically on the y-axis, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these are all positive. The further you go up, the more positive you get. And here, these are all negative. So your negative values on your x-axis are going to be to the left of the point, which is known as your origin, where everything starts. On the y-axis, your negative points are going to be below the origin, okay? And it should make sense to you, okay? You know how a regular number line works, and that's your x-axis. Your y-axis, everything below would be negative. Kind of like when we did those word problems, and we were looking for, like, we're under the sea, and they want to know how far under the sea was the treasure chest, and you would say, oh, negative 26 feet, right below the surface. All right. You have what's known as an ordered pair. You'll get two numbers. One number separated by another number with a comma. And those two numbers are your coordinates for where you're going to put your point. The first number listed is always going to be where you go on your x-axis. The second number listed is always going to be where you go on your y-axis. So if we had the ordered pair, if I gave you the ordered pair 2, -1, and I wanted you to put an A there, I would start at my origin. I would go to 2 on my x-axis, which is where? There. From the 2, I would go where? Down 1 to -1, and I'd put my point right here and label it A. I go to x first, which was 2. Then from there, I will go to my y, which was my -1. If I wanted you to put a B at -2, 4, I would go to -2, which is here. And then if it's 4, would I go up 4 or down 4? Up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there would be my point for B. I mean, it's hard to do it on without the lines. You'll get some lines. Okay. C, let's go 0, -4. So 0 means where am I going to go on my x? Nowhere. I'm not going anywhere on my x-axis if my first value is 0. So from 0, I go 1, 2, 3, 4 down, and it goes right on the line. I label it as C. Let's put D at 5, 0. Where do I go on my x? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then if y is 0, where do I go? Nowhere. That's deep. Have you worked with these before? Have you worked with the coordinate plane before somewhat? Is this new? Now, each of these 4 sections, you've got 4 sections here. These are known as quadrants. Okay. And within each quadrant, you're going to have, essentially, you're going to have different combinations. So if this is, I'll show you. If this is quadrant 1, this would be quadrant 2. This over here is quadrant 3, and this over here is quadrant 4. Quadrant 1, to get any points in this area, you're going to have a positive x and a positive y. Positive, positive, you're going to end up with something in that quadrant. X is always positive. When x is positive and when y is positive, you will get something in this area. Okay? Now, over here, x has to be negative. Y will then be positive. Because in order for me to get over this area, I have to be negative on my x, but be positive on my y going up. How about quadrant 3? What's the combination going to be here? Negative for x, and to get down is negative. And then here, x has to be positive, and y will be negative. Okay, so take a look at page 321. Let's try some of these. Much easier when you actually, can try it out. Under the practice and problem solving, use the graph at the right, write the coordinates for each point. Page 321. Put your finger on it in your book. Where's that? 321, right in the middle of the page, practice and problem solving. It's like a blue bubble. Good. No, practice and problem solving. Does that say practice and problem solving? There you go. Now do the hand trick and you all follow along. You do math and you lose me. Numbers 8 through 13. Use the graph at the right. Write the coordinates for each point. So if I were to kind of do the opposite, you found point A. What are the coordinates for point A? How would you get to point A? Alexis? 1, 3 would be incorrect. Liam? 3, 1. Because I had to go 3 to the right. I had to go 3 on my x-axis, and that's my first value. And then up 1. So 3, 1. Okay. The order does matter. That's why they are called an ordered pair. Number 9. Where would I find B? Where would I find B? Carlos?
-4 and 0.
-4, 0. Doesn't go anywhere up or down. Stays right on -4. How about C for number 10? Edsel. -5, -4. Do 11, 12, and 13 on your own in your notes, and then we'll check them together. So everyone gets a chance to try. Okay, so there's the homework for tomorrow.